All right, we're going to go around and see about making a spring inspection on this tree. So first thing we want to do is we want to walk around and look at the base of this tree. Normally you don't want rocks piled too close together. You don't want them growing into the trunk. There is no real rotten spots, but we do have this bark falling off. So this is showing me that the tree is probably starting to die. So something to be afraid of, not necessarily the end of the world. We've also got these little beetle holes in here, or they could be just woodpecker holes. Let's see. So second thing we want to do is we want to look at the tree. The power company came through and did their chop on it a few years ago. These are called water spouts, the limbs that are growing straight up in the air right here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to remove all of those, because this one right here, that's all that tension is out on the end, and that's going to become a main tension point, which means that the branch will break somewhere back along this row. So we'll remove all of those. Once those are removed, we'll look at the canopy and we see we got dead and broken right there. That's the old top that broke out of the tree and now it's sitting in there. That's a widowmaker. It'll fall down and whack you in the head while you're going around and gardening during the summer. So that would be the next thing we do. We also have water spouts that are in the center of the tree growing off of the trunk. We'll want to remove those. So that does that. The next thing we'll want to look for is things like this. These branches are overlapping each other and they're going to rub against each other, and that's a good place for tree infections to start. And lastly, we have sections like this. It's just too bunched up. There's just too much going on right here. The tree doesn't like it. You got limbs growing over the top of each other, and so you'll go through and you'll thin out about 2/3 or even 4/5 of this area. And what that will do is we'll open it up so that in the springtime, when these trees grow out, this spring's buds are only this big right now, but by the time spring is over with, these will have grown about 16 inches, and so they'll be spread out all the way around the tree. The next thing we want to do after that is this branch hangs down to head height, which is kind of annoying for being in the garden. So we'll trim that limb off. We won't lose any canopy, and we won't have to worry about these things poking us in the eye when we're walking around. We'll do the same with other branches that are hanging down a little bit too low. And lastly, once we've done all of that in that order, we'll go and we'll pull the tree in to here, and we'll pull the top down to about here, and we'll shape it into a lollipop shape to get it to form back to the shape that we want the tree to actually take. And it'll look really sparse in the springtime, but come fall, all of that aerating that we've done will allow the tree to be healthy. And that's how you do a springtime inspection.